Allan, the food dude. Yeah, take it in there. Allan, the food dude, is here. He's handing out all of his food to everybody. Courtney, the zookeeper, is here, too. Courtney Janney from the Memphis Zoo is here with us. Hello, Courtney. There we go. There we go.
Good morning.
Allan has been he's been setting the table for everybody this morning. And Courtney, you came in on the we're going to talk about the zoo in just a couple of minutes, but you came in on the right day because Allan feeds us all on Thursdays.
I'll happily sit back and just enjoy the feast. It's still
She's
warm.
Like,
this is so fancy.
She's like, I'm not sure I'm going to eat what this man is bringing, but yeah. And you have a guest too. We'll talk about your guest here in just a couple of minutes. Allan, what do you got for us today?
Good morning. Well, Ditch, we've had an adventurous 3 weeks. Being out on locations and chit-chatting and all that. And well, I love to garden.
You've established that.
I love to garden.
Yes.
But you let slip that you have a little agricultural background in the family.
Yes, I grew up potatoes, onions, lettuce.
Okay. Well, you know what? I happen to have all of the above growing in the backyard.
Yeah.
So congratulations. Welcome to a little herbed potato.
Oh.
And everything but the salt and the black pepper grew in my backyard here in Memphis.
How easy is it to grow potatoes? I mean, I know that my dad was an Iowa potato farmer.
Exactly.
But for somebody who has potatoes it's very easy. You literally, my dad would bring, every time my mom or dad would come visit for college, they would bring a bag of potatoes to the dorm. I'm like, I don't need any more potatoes. The bag that I put in the closet is now growing. Because that's all it takes.
It's propagating. Actually, potatoes are a fun plant to grow.
Oh, they're fun.
They're quite pretty.
Yeah.
Very leafy, very big and green, and basically they will grow in the ground. They will grow in a pot of dirt. They will grow sitting in your closet.
Put on a windowsill and a jar with water.
Oh my gosh, potatoes they're easy, but now see, this is a Yukon Gold. This is a very light-skinned potato right here, kind of a light flavor. Mm-hmm. And you're also looking at Spanish onion.
Now, Allan, you know my feeling about onions.
Yes.
I am not a fan of.
You are not a big fan. But
yet you continue to bring me food with onions.
However, but you keep leaving an empty happy plate. Because I think your deal with onions is more of a quantity versus quality type thing.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't need a lot of onion. Well, now, this is not an onion dish. This is all about the potato.
Right.
But I've done something else to you in there.
Oh, no.
You are happily snacking on jalapeno peppers.
Oh, jalapeno peppers?
No, jalapeno peppers.
And what is that?
That is a jalapeno with no heat.
Oh, did you know such thing existed, Courtney?
No idea.
I had never even heard of that.
But I'm happily eating it. Let me point out.
That way you get, it's not a bell pepper.
Okay.
Get a lot of people used to the bell pepper. That's kind of the safe pepper that's not hot. So you get the kids to eat it and all that kind of thing. Well, this is the size and shape and description and color. And if I laid a jalapeno down next to a jalapeno, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference unless you took a bite. But the flavor on these is light. You have a nice pepper flavor. You got all the fruit, but you don't have the heat.
Yeah.
So
now, I'm just going to say, I'm not a fan of onions. I'm not actually, it's not, I think you probably, for me, I'm a big, Allan is all about presentation and is all about texture. And I'm not, that's what they think I don't like about onions.
Right.
If they're not, if there's no crunch to it, I tend not to like it.
Okay.
And like onions, you can get, on a hamburger or something like that, and there's a crunch to it.
Right.
But when you saute them, and to me, they're kind of slimy, Allan. I don't like the onions in this.
Okay.
But you're okay with that. You don't actually. And here's the thing, Courtney. Allan he loves to cook, but he also understands it's okay to criticize him. He doesn't take it to heart because everyone has different tastes.
Exactly.
And so next time he's probably going to
criticisms clearly happening over here.
I'm trying to get Courtney to criticize you, and she just refuses.
He
There's
loves
a very
to cook,
empty
and I
bowl
love to eat.
over
We've
here.
got a match made in heaven here.
She's going, let's see, zoo shows on Thursdays at 8.
I'm just sitting here like, pace yourself. Don't embarrass yourself. Use the utensil.
Well, now here's the other thing. The spices are also growing in the backyard.
No, I
because
like
that
the
is
spices.
French tarragon, and the secret spice of every fried chicken place on the planet that has a secret ingredient.
Oh, what is it?
Tarragon.
Oh.
French tarragon.
Really?
And it's basically a big old weed. If you saw this thing growing by the side of the road, you'd be like, "Oh," So it's
Is
a
that
lot of
KFC
herbs
secret
and-
ingredient?
it is actually. It's one of them. A lot of herbs and spices are basically just a weed that we decided we like.
That we would eat.
Yeah, well, like they even call it dill weed.
Yeah.
So I mean, you look at the package of seeds. This
I've
is
also
dill
been
weed,
called myself a dillweed, but that's just
I've heard you called a wide variety of things. It's all right.
Allan is the kind of guy, though. Just so you know, Courtney, that he will. If he's always looking. And I walked out of the building one day, and he was back over here by the railroad tracks, picking something off a bush. I'm like, "What are you doing back there?" And he's like, "Oh, what was that?"
Those blackberries.
Oh, see, I didn't even know.
You got
It's
a-
the season.
You got
Yeah.
a big, huge row back there of. I got about 70, 80 blackberry plants right now that are almost ripe. So, I mean, there's going to be a huge, So,
have one-
ditches over here going, so expect a dessert made with blackberries in the next 2 to
Yeah,
3
well,
weeks.
here.
Yeah.
We have a plant that's taking over the backyard. It's starting to come through the fence.
Oh,
like
that's the
something
best
alive.
kind.
Yes.
That's the best kind. You're stealing from your neighbors. Yeah.
Allan, do you have bamboo plants on your property?
No, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is oof. Now I know I got plenty of friends with plenty of bamboo.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, that stuff is so invasive.
It's
and
it's
so
like
hard to get
monkey
rid of.
grass. You can't get rid of it, man.
Well, it puts down some serious roots underneath the ground, and it's basically grass. Bamboo is
It is.
basically
Oh,
a
it is?
type of grass, and I think your pandas probably like a lot of it. But it is a really hard knotted mat underneath the ground, and it is amazingly difficult to get rid of bamboo.
When we put out the call for folks to donate bamboo, we had folks that basically were like, "Come get it off of my property. We want it gone."
Yep.
Get it away from me, please.
How many acres of this stuff do
Exactly.
you really want? Yeah,
Yep.
there's a lot, and it's not true. Most of the bamboo you see here is not indigenous to this area, and it's somebody 100 years ago went, "Oh, look at the cute plant from Asia," and stuck it in the yard, and then 100 years later, it's taken over 20 acres of the property.
Exactly,
And
100%.
it's kind of like kudzu. It's they're not related, but they're kind of related. It's from Asia, and it takes over.
Kudzu just blankets everything in its path.
Yes, it is an amazingly fast-growing vine. I
Alan?
don't do that.
What? Yeah, there's no kudzu in this, right?
No kudzu. No kudzu at all.
What? Now, if people want this recipe, explain to us again what you had here. You had potatoes.
That
Yukon
right there
Gold.
is just little Yukon Gold potatoes, and they're just diced up with a Spanish onion, again, peeled and diced up, tossed together. There are 4 jalapeno peppers, again, seeded, diced up, tossed together, sprinkled with parsley, French tarragon, and a little dash of salt and pepper to taste.
Boom. There you go.
Sprinkle it with a little olive oil, put it in the casserole dish, stick it in the oven for 30 minutes, and there you go. There's half a dinner.
Voila, you're half a hero. And where do they get your recipes at?
All they can do is pop over to thecookingtodayshow.com. They can kind of follow our adventures there. We're even going to have videos coming soon.
Ooh,
Yep.
that ought to be